Welcome to day 16 of Deployed to Purpose. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most key skills that you would want to have a part of your toolbox. It's called leadership. And yes, leadership is a skill. It's a skill that you can learn and become better at. It's not something that you're just born with. Let's make this clear from the beginning. Leadership isn't about having a title. It's about having the character and consistency to influence others through your daily actions. Whether you lead a classroom, a company, a household, or just yourself for right now, today is about upgrading how you live because people don't follow hype, they follow your actions and your habits. So the goal for today is to learn core leadership principles you could live by every day so you could become a high impact, high character leader in your relationships, career, and your calling. And John Maxwell said, a leader is a person who influences others. And that means you don't need a title and you don't need even a team. If you ever inspire someone to believe, act, or grow, you've already started leading. You could also influence others in the wrong direction. And this is something that we have to be cautious, not only in our lives, but in our leaders of today. But I also like to say, if you are saying that you're a leader, but no one is following, remember, you're just taking a walk. So let's dive straight into how we could become great leaders today. Leadership isn't being loud or having followers or holding a position. Leadership is all about influence. It's about inspiring people to believe in something bigger, to become someone better. In John Maxwell's 5 levels of leadership, the first level is position. They follow you because they have to. They follow because they want to. Third, production. They follow because of what you get done. Fourth, people development. They follow because you invest in them. 5, the pinnacle. They follow because of who you are. Great leadership isn't demanded, it's earned daily, quietly, and consistently. Truett Cathy, the founder of Chick-fil-A, wasn't flashy. He didn't scream leadership, but he built a billion-dollar business through quiet integrity. He led by serving people, not controlling them. He closed every store on Sundays to honor God and still outperformed the competition, going against the status quo. People didn't just follow him because of what he built. They followed him because of who he was. That's leadership. We're going to talk about high performance leadership today. And this is something that I learned from my mentor, and it impacted my life tremendously. And the first quadrant, you can see we have low. In this chart that you see here, it's the character versus productivity high performance leadership chart. When you look at this chart, you're going to be able to place the people that's in your life and also make a self audit to where you are currently. So you have LPLC. This means low character and low productivity. These types of people you want to stay away from at all costs. They are draining and they're most likely negative, and you just want to be careful of what you say around them, especially when it comes to your vision. The person with low character and high productivity is highly productive but is dangerous. This person produces at a high level and he's hitting every single milestone. He has the degrees, he has the accreditation, and he is the type of person to focus on making sure that the milestone or the deliverable gets completed. But that's at the detriment of his own very people. And he may even stab you behind your back just because he wants to get to that next level. This person is very focused on self-gain. So you must be aware of the person with low character and high productivity, because he will do anything possible to get what he wants. Person with high character and low productivity, he's been through the furnace. He's been through some type of adversity in his life. And therefore, he has built up a character that is trustworthy. And he's a good friend. And he's also perhaps a really hard worker. But he's not productive and living at his full potential and producing in his God-given purpose because he may just not have the skills or the knowledge, or was built in an environment with a false belief system. So this person has the most potential to getting to that next level, which is the high character, high productivity, which is the gold standard of leadership. As you could tell, character can only be built through pain. Productivity is a skill that you can learn. You can learn to be productive. I could show you the step-by-step process, what time to wake up, give you the routine, give you the schedule, hold you accountable. I could show you how to be productive, but I can't build character. So you can see here, the person with high productivity, it's going to be much harder for him to get to the HC quadrant because he must go through some type of pain. You can't build character. But the person that has low productivity but he has high character, you could teach productivity. So that person with the LPHC, he could go to the high character, high productivity quadrant much easier than the person with high productivity, low character. And of course, low productivity, low character, just stay away from them, because at this point, just stay away from as far away from them as you possibly can. Of course, be a good person, but you have to really have your discernment up with those type of people. Those are life drainers. I want you to take a look at this quadrant. I want you to start to do a self-audit of where do you see yourself currently and where do you want to go. Maybe you are in the HPLC quadrant and you self-reflected and you realize, okay, perhaps that's me. Well, I'll say that when you're following your vision, you're going to be faced with many obstacles and adversity. And it's like gold being put under the furnace. All the impurities goes to the bottom, and the real gold raises to the top. So you want to just continue forward, going through the adversity. Don't run away from the pain. Don't run away from your past and these heartaches and your emotions. Deal with them. Become a better person. Serve others. They say the first is last and the last is first. So you're no better than anyone. Wake up every day with the grace and the mercy and the willingness to help others get to where they need to go. And you will get to where you need to go, regardless. By you serving others, having people first, and all that you do, they'll be more willing to help you get to your next level. I challenge you to strive to be the high character, high productive leader at all costs. Surround yourself with mentors who have high character and high productivity. Your friends, high character, high productivity. And I'm telling you, your life will change. Pain builds character, and character plus consistent productivity builds legendary leadership. And we have 3 different types of leaders. Authoritarian. This person leads through fear and force. They might get the short-term obedience and results, but long-term, they lose trust. And you need people to follow you to be a leader. Then you have the micromanager, and these are most managers in today's corporations. They're obsessed with control. They stunt creativity and even slow down the progress of the team because they're micromanaging, trying to get into the weeds. And if you do it my way or the highway, it's like, come on, man. Let me do my job. Then you have the visionary leader. This person, they inspire, they empower, and they multiply other leaders through vision. They're able to have an idea and articulate it in a way and empower you with the tools and the resources in a way that you'll be able to take that idea and to want to see that idea through to actual fruition, because that idea may impact your life and serve you in a way that could make you a better person or take you to the next level. This type of visionary leader, they don't just give orders, they paint a future that others want to help build. And management is about systems, leadership is about souls. It's about getting you to that next level. They're impacting you not just at a system process type of level. They're impacting you internally and making you better. If you're around a good leader, then every time you walk away from this type of person, you should be a better person from that interaction or learn something. Not this leader taking away stuff from you. It's more like a give. You should be receiving. And then you want to also do the same thing in return to others. So be the kind of leader people want to follow, even when you're not in the room. Today, here's your leadership audit. I want you to identify your leadership quadrant. Are you low character, low productivity, low character, high productivity, high character, low productivity, high character, high productivity? And I want you to ask yourself, do I lead like an authoritarian, micromanager, or visionary? And choose one daily habit that builds your credibility as a leader. And influence one person today through encouragement, example, or vision. Then we're going to reflect. What leadership quadrant am I currently operating from? How can I increase both my character and my productivity today? What type of leader am I becoming based off my actions, not intentions? And who can I serve and lead better by being more visionary in how I live? You are a leader, not someday, but right now. Every text you send, every promise you keep, every challenge you rise to, every time you choose integrity over ego, that is leadership. And leadership isn't just about what you do in public. It's how you carry yourself when no one is even watching. So lead with vision, lead with heart, lead with character. And I'll leave you with this. People buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. And live in a way that makes people want to rise with you. So I'll see you on day 17.